Alright, we're already in March of 2024 and the Sonic content train doesn't seem to be stopping whatsoever. We have so many projects in the works such as Sonic X Shadow Generations, the Knuckles TV show, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and freaking Angry Birds! And I'm pretty sure more are on the way. So today, I thought it'd be fun to discuss each one of the projects happening in 2024 and I'm going to give my honest opinion on whether these projects are going to be worth the wait or not. Now, with no more delay, let's get this show on the road. Okay, so here's the thing. I was planning on making a review for Season 3 of Sonic Prime and the previous seasons, but I'm gonna be honest, I lost motivation way too quickly with that video. Like, I have the whole script and whatnot, and I just did not decide to make it. On a brighter note, that doesn't stop me from stealing some of the things I said in said script and plugging it into this one, because it's my script.
This is your chance to skip to this timestamp if you care about spoilers. Okay, bye.
Now, going into Sonic Prime for the first time, I was pretty interested in what they were cooking and what was in store after Season 1. While there were moments in the show that dragged on quite a bit, I still had a fun time watching the first two seasons with family. However, Season 3 throws that completely out the window with their BS plot twist they want to call an ending, and the fact that for 4 episodes straight, it is the longest, most dragged on robot fight I have ever seen. I am not going to continue talking about Season 3 because I went on a long tangent, just like in my script that I'm about to show right now. But if I had to mention things that I enjoyed about Prime, it's definitely the characterization for certain characters like Shadow. Oh my god, I love Shadow in Sonic Prime. And the alternate variants of Sonic's friends. Despite Sonic not being the one from the video games, he tends to be a little bit more dumber. His voice actor, Devin Mack, did an awesome job with him, and Chaos Sonic if you remember him from Season 2. Heck, all of the Prime voice actors were like really good, and I think that was also another one of the highlights if you exclude the animation. Maybe they'll come back in the future, but only time will tell. But I just gotta say, if I see another one of those god-awful sprite animations, we're done. I'm never watching anything related to Sonic Prime again. Okay, so now that I talked about Prime, I don't feel as guilty about not making the full review. I mean, let's just talk about the next project happening in 2024, and that's none other than the Knuckles TV show. I already talked about the Knuckles TV show in a previous video, but for those of you who haven't seen it, I'm pretty optimistic about this show, mainly thanks to the trailer that was given to us, which got me really hyped for this show. And remember that thought I had that Sonic's chest was a lot more developed compared to the movies? It seems to be true once I did my own research and saw that other people were talking about it as well. This show looks like it'll be a great segue of media before we get into the main event in December, which is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The Sonic Cinematic Universe hasn't disappointed me this far, so I can't wait to see what grand adventure awaits Knuckles and Wade. Notice how I got the 2 TV shows out of the way before I actually talked about what people really care about? Video games! Now, if you haven't been in the loop of things, there has been some news nearing the end of February about 3 new Sonic games that are going to be released. Yeah, 3. And guess what? They're all on mobile! Yay! Wait, you guys are telling me you're not excited about these video games? These mobile Sonic games?
Did you guys not have phone?
Well, allow me to enlighten you if you choose to listen anyway. So according to this very known and reliable persona leaker, NBKKSSTBZ5, I'm gonna just call you MBK, okay? Jesus Christ, that's a long name. They gave some rather interesting details about 3 new Sonic games that are in the works and are coming this year. Those 3 games include a sports game that will be an Apple Arcade exclusive, figures, a mobile Chow game that will be with Netflix's Sonic Mania port, okay, I see you Sega, catering to Netflix, and finally, a mobile party game with gameplay elements inspired by Fall Guys. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, we're gonna have a Fall Guys inspired mobile game if you will. And according to MBK, this game will be Android and iOS compatible. It will be developed by Sega internally. It's going to be free to play. There's going to be many playable characters. There's going to be multiple modes and stages with up to 32 players. And the most interesting one in my opinion is it will have character designs between the modern and Sonic and Friends art style. Anyone who's unaware of what Sonic and Friends are, they're basically these ongoing series of shorts that are going on Sega official's TikTok right now in Japan. At first, we all thought this was going to be like some new game. So I guess in some capacity we were right. It's just not called Sonic and Friends. Instead, this game is called Sonic Toys Party? Wow, interesting name, Sega. From what we know about this game so far, it's honestly not a bad idea. Pretty sure a lot of people can agree that having a live service Sonic game is something that this franchise can really benefit from. But on mobile though, I don't know, it just doesn't rub the right way with me. I mean, this is Sega we're talking about, and when it comes to the mobile market, they tend to get a little greedy. Although, after the success of Frontiers, the revival of older franchises such as Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi, and giving our beloved Sonic team a higher budget, I have more faith in Sega than I had before. It's not that big. Thus, I'm giving the Sonic Toys Party an optimistic look. If they could expand the creativity with this title, I feel like it could be one of the best Sonic mobile games, honestly. Here's an idea. Maybe the stages that'll be in this game can actually be based off stages from Sonic's past, because we hear this game's gonna have some platforming in it. It's gonna have loop-de-loops. So, it's not a bad idea to, bring stages that aren't Green Hill Zone for once. All I'm saying is that there could be many things done with this game if they do it right. Maybe we can get playable characters a thing again. And I don't just mean the main three. I don't just mean Team Dark. I mean like characters we haven't seen in a very long time. And not just have them be skins or whatever. Have them have unique abilities or something like that. Let this be the Sonic Hero of mobile games maybe. Okay, I apologize and I'm sorry for anyone I offended with that statement. Anyways, moving on. That was a pretty big ramble. But I guess it's time to talk about the holiday projects. Starting off with Sonic X Shadow Generations. Man, I still don't like that name. Once again, I made a video regarding this project as well, and I gave a pretty good impression on what I would like to see in this remaster. This time around, I'm gonna focus on my main complaint with the state of this remaster so far, preferably the Sonic Generations part. Now you can argue and say that we haven't seen a lot of the remaster generations to form an opinion, but hear me out. Why is Sonic Generations being remastered in Hedgehog Engine 1? An engine that hasn't been used in over a decade? I mean, it's more relaxed than when they announced that other remaster. But was it possible to port Generations into Hedgehog Engine 2 with improved lighting and such? I mean, we could see that there's been improvements from Generations compared to the original release, but even with those improvements, it still looks rough. Playing a decade-old game with an engine that hasn't been used in years, then playing a new campaign from said game in an entirely different or improved engine? I don't know, it just feels a little jarring to me. Like, imagine you're a kid who's never really played the original Sonic Generations, or you've never even heard of Sonic Generations. You were curious in this remaster, so you asked your parents to get it. You play the original Sonic Generations and you're like, oh, that was a pretty fun game. They ask you, would you like to play the Shadow campaign? Well, I like Sonic Generations, why don't I play the Shadow campaign? You go in there, it's an entirely different experience, not just gameplay wise, I'm talking engine wise. You're looking at it's like, wait, why wasn't the other game looking like this? You got two games packaged into one. So I think it would have been better if both were on the same engine. But then again, that's just me. Now you can agree or disagree with me, but if that footage we saw in the trailer of Sonic and Shadow Generations is what Sonic Generations will look like in the final release, the transition from the old campaign to Shadows, like I said, it will be very interesting to see. Now, I have faith in Sonic Team, but I really hope they know what they're doing with this remaster. Moving on, it's time to finally talk about my thoughts on the last Sonic-oriented project of 2024, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I don't think I made a video on the third Sonic movie at all, but all you need to know is that I am beyond excited for this movie. Like I said before, whatever the Knuckles show sets up, it will be very interesting when it translates into the big screen. Of course, the main character joining us in Sonic 3 is Shadow the Hedgehog, and it also turns out that Jim Carrey will be returning for this movie as well as Eggman, which makes me so freaking happy. Surprisingly, Jim Carrey said that there would be one more movie he would do if he's really into it, and it seems that Sonic 3 is that movie. I mean, I'm as surprised as the next person, but like, dang, Jim Carrey really loved playing Eggman, I guess. This probably means that this will be our last time seeing Eggman on the big screen, and I'm ready for it 100%. I just wonder how they're gonna end off us seeing Eggman here. Now, some more news that we received recently is some cast members that will be in this movie. Nobody that I really noticed or caught my eye, except Isla Brown, who is going to be playing Maria Robotnik in this movie. Woo! We're watching a child getting shot on the big screen! Woohoo! Well, that's all I have to say regarding the Sonic projects that we will be seeing this year. While we are nearing the end of Q1, there is still so much to come and possibly to be announced for our favorite blue blur. Now let me know your favorite project you're excited for this year, or what you thought about my criticisms on certain things down below. Love to hear what y'all have to say, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe and take care.